Japanese roadie is off to a great start.
What do you mean we're in Japan? This is unbelievable. And it's like windscreen up weather, which is the best weather there is.
We left the buzzing lights and sounds of Tokyo en route for the peaceful outdoors. Our campsite for the night was one of the many around Mount Fuji. We were so surprised to see the amount of people camping and the majority of them in tents as setups. It was stressful running around Tokyo to clear Izzy, and the paperwork took a fair whack of time to translate. So sitting here now in our little home on wheels is such a nice feeling and exactly what we needed. Now we can get a really good feel of what is to come.
Righto, campfire chat. Righto mate, which way do you reckon we should go? North, south, east or west?
Yeah, the south would be really cool. Hit some of the beaches around there. I'd love to be hanging out at the beach right now. But Hokkaido is calling my heart. The produce in Hokkaido is like insane. We can't get our hands on their butter, so I'd love to check out their dairy. And their seafood is unbeatable. That is a bucket list moment. Like, it's going to be incredible to taste some of their seafood. So
I feel like everything in Hokkaido is just extra large. Like, their scallops are gigantic, their king crab's massive. Everything looks like the best and freshest seafood around, so I reckon that's a good idea. There's a big rain front called the Bayou that's heading up from the south, and it's like full wet season stuff, and that's not really ideal for our setup. Camping with kids in the rain's not the funnest. I reckon that maybe we should go through Nagano in the middle, and then we should go up the west coast, straight up, get the boat over to Hokkaido. What do you reckon?
sounds like we've got ourselves a plan.
I'm pretty excited about that. I think it's going to be a really good one.
I'm in. Let's go check out the bears.
The bears, monkeys. There's a lot of stuff in Hokkaido that we haven't seen, so it's going to be cool.
All right, well, let's lock it in.
Kanpai! I love how we rocked up to Japan and we literally have no plan.
Well, yeah. No plan's a good plan when you're driving a Kombi.
Should probably break down just up the road and then that'll change our whole plans again. But anyways, at the moment she's running good, so let's just go with it, eh? Let's get to Hokkaido.
As always, we never have a concrete plan. We love to travel a day at a time and go with people's recommendations we meet along the way. But the weather is due to change fast as the Japanese rainy season approaches. So we need to hatch a rough plan. We have about 2 weeks before the weather starts to close in here and the rainy season begins. We think it's best to start making our way north, aiming to reach Hokkaido, where the weather is cooler and a lot more stable. Now this place has been one I've wanted to explore for so long, as the seafood is some of the freshest and the best in the world. Now to discover what's around the corner. After chatting to some locals, they gave some good recommendations for the best camping spots around this area. So of course, we have to check them out. But first, we need some produce, and I'm keen to find a good local butcher to take a Wagyu steak back to the camp and cook it up lakeside. Okay, so we found a really good butcher. We're to come to get the best Wagyu in this area. We're pretty excited. Had a little peek through the window, everything looks awesome. So it's about 100 grams is about $10. So we'll be able to get probably around an A4 or A5. We particularly like A4. It's just a bit too much on an A5 in terms of fattiness. So let's go see what we can find. Piece of Wagyu here. Look at it, it's so marbly. I'm very excited to get home and cook this one. It even came with like a little piece of fat so that you can use it to oil your grate or your grill. So that's a cool little thing. So we're going to head back now and cook up. Looking forward to it. Yen, so basically $5 a box, but this is amazing. They've also got fatwood, which is how I start my fires with a flint.
It's like, look at it, like that's a huge bit of fatwood, eh? Look at that.
Chunky, you gotta get one. I've got 1,000 yen.
Beautiful. Look at that, that's a cracker. 900 yen, you want a big one?
What came before? You just gotta bend your knees, take a deep breath, and jump. And you might think, what if I fall?
Perfect.
Well, what if you don't? What if you fly?
So we're back at camp and we're going to get our fire started with our amazing wood that we've just picked up on the side of the road. Pretty stoked about it. We also picked up some new fat wood. Now you may have seen me already use fat wood. I'm running pretty low on it. It's starting to get a bit skimpy. It's just basically a really oily, sappy wood, all natural, and it just really gets that fire cranking. So that's why I use it and why I really like it. But I might just put this one aside for today and try the new guy out. We're just going to take off some shards. Need a hell of a lot today. We only need enough to get our coals nice and hot. So we're going to be using Bichitan, a Japanese charcoal. It's very available here and it just gives the meats that you're cooking this beautiful charcoal smoky flavour. It's really, really nice. So now we're going to get our charcoal on. So our Bichitan, this is our Japanese charcoal. Feels very light, almost like crystal. Pop those into your fire, get them nice and hot. We love using Japanese Bichitan. It's just, honestly, way easy to cook on, for starters. And it gives an amazing flavour. When it comes to steak, I know like we all like to have it well done, medium rare, etc. But when it comes to Wagyu, it's highly recommended to have it rare. So it's, as you can see, it's quite a thin steak. It's got a whole heap of fat content throughout it. So we're just going to stick to the rules. Now we've been given this little piece of fat here, which if you were to cook it in a pan, grease your pan with it first so that it doesn't stick and it just gets everything started. Today I'm going to cook straight over the grate because we've got really good coals, and that is generally how you do it here. They love yakiniku style cooking when it comes to their meat. So we're just going to get this mounting over the spot where we're going to place it. Alright, so we've got some fresh bok choy which we're going to cook. In my book you will also find that I do miso bok choy over the grate, and it's just going to go perfectly well with our steak. So it's really simple ingredients: soy sauce and miso paste. You can find both of those everywhere. Very easy to get a hold of. Sesame seeds are great, sesame oil is great. If you want to jazz it up with some chili, go for your life. But I think we're just going to keep it simple tonight, aren't we, Squish? Straight down. And then pull it apart. Second, each one, 1, 2, and then you do the other 2. Got it? Yeah. And can you use the chopsticks to put your miso paste in? Soy there. Okay, I'm going to mix the two together. Good job, Squish, great. Well done, Squish. Way to eat Wagyu is with salt, like we all do. So we just pop that in the corner there, and fresh wasabi, very fresh wasabi. Take, you know, a gamble with me and have a go at the wasabi with your next steak. Even your ordinary steak at home, just give it a try, and I'd love to know what you think about it. Let's get out my brand new Japanese knife that actually has my name written on it. Isn't it beautiful? It's a sword? Yeah. Whoa, it's like butter. It is. Go on. Eat it. How was it? Good, Alba? Good? And that right there is our Japanese Wagyu steak with our miso bok choy. I really hope you do try it. It is a game changer. Yeah, you love steak. It's delicious. Honestly, one of our favorites. And how good is Mount Fuji behind us? So lucky to have a little bit of snow left on the top of Mount Fuji, son. Beautiful right here on the lake. You can also find this recipe and the miso bok choy in my book.
There we go.
We are beyond excited for what lies ahead. We love experiencing new cultures and cuisines, and I feel like the next few months are going to be so special.